Let's get in the management at McLeod Russel now. There has been some news flow around McLeod Russel. Azam, whole-time director at McLeod Russel, is now joining us. So thank you so much for taking out time for us. Could you just tell us about the prices of tea? While the prices of tea have gone up versus 2017 December last year, labor costs have also gone up. How much of an increase in the cost has been witnessed? What can it impact the margins?
Well, we've seen a huge increase in cost. It's gone by every rupee that you see a cost increase, you get a 60-65% is towards your labor. So we've seen in this year alone 30 rupees cost of wages going up, and that impacts you by over 18 rupees per kg on your bottom line. So yes, cost has gone up considerably, whilst prices have only gone up at the bottom level. So there has been a tightening and firming up at the bottom level, mainly led by the shortfall in South India crop. So what we are most eager to see is that overall there needs to be a growth in prices. And that is what we are trying to see how T-Board can work on it. Hello?
Hi, Azam. This is Nayantara Rai joining in from the New Delhi studio. What is the average tea price currently? Can you give us a sense of that? You're one of the biggest players that we have, and do you believe a minimum benchmark auction price is the need of the hour? While you are such an established player, tea has become quite popular with the SMEs as well. You're seeing organic tea, for example, really take off. Exports are taking off as well.
Yeah, so you see the benchmark indicator is the auctions, and the auction averages are anything around 150 to 155 rupees for Assam, and that is actually below the cost of production. 50% of the teas are actually sold in the auctions, which forms the benchmark price, and the balance 50 is either sold privately through strategic partnerships or exported. Now, most of these prices have been remunerative other than the auction prices, and that's why we need to see how the demand-supply equation can be balanced and become a little more remunerative at the auctions.
Right. Sir, could you just talk to us about the dwindling export issue post US imposing sanctions on Iran? Would you be worried about the exports?
So yes, it is a concern, but not a terrible concern, because I think there has been some dispensation provided to India, and we have banks who are working along this path. So the sanctions don't affect Indian exports to that extent. So there have been issues on delayed payments, not on anything which has gone out of hand post November 4th. It is a concern for stability in the future, because traders naturally are worried about any further tightening. But so far, I think we have been allowed to settle our debt payment and repayment with Iran. So we get a sense that things will be fairly normal in terms of trading. The cost of trading will perhaps go up as there will be concerns on banking in Iran, and the restrictions on about most banks will only allow the importer, the buyers, to work with 5 or 6 banks. So those are the concerns right now. And as we get into the new season, we are expecting Iran to be a major buyer for Indian teas, or Indian Orthodox teas. And I think a lot in terms of tea and rice goes out there. So we are hoping for a fairly comfortable trade eventually.
Okay, Azam, with that, we're completely out of time. We'd like to thank you very much for joining us here this New Year's Eve on Markets at noon. And here's wishing everyone a very happy 2019 at McLeod Russel.